if you want. Yeah. Let me have a look at TRVL. So yesterday on Twitter, I posted this. This image. TRVL confirmed 4-hour time frame market structure change to bullish on all exchanges. 5.8 cents needs to be defended as the higher low now. Okay, so I kind of quickly drew that as an explanation, and I saw that on KuCoin. KuCoin was lagging in terms of the higher high. Sorry, not higher low, higher high. And I just posted that. And so if I go now to TRVL, I'm just going to quickly go through my explanation so people are aware of the why. The why is really important. It's always important to understand why. Yeah, why is always, you always need to understand why, because that's just going to help you trade better and be a better investor and find better entries. So you see, as the price was declining, we were making lower highs, lower lows. Yeah, this was the first time that we nearly tried to change. We had a little bit of a relief rally. We went from a lower high to a higher high there, and unfortunately what happened is the price came down here to make a lower low. Okay, so because the price came to make a lower low here, that higher high actually became a lower high. All of these lower highs became irrelevant, and so what happened was the price, the lower high was actually like this. This is the low high. Yeah, these are lower highs and there's your low lows. Okay, and then after we put in this low low, we went up to make a lower high, and as soon as we took out this low low, we put in another low low. Okay, and so this went down to there. So that was our lower high, and then here we put in a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, after we put in this lower low, and this is the 1 hour time frame. I'm actually looking at the 4-hour time frame. I'm not too bothered about the 1 hour time frame. I'm actually focused on the 4 hours. So let me just go back to the 4 hour. It's the same thing, right? So after we put in this lower high, we put in this lower low here. We went up to put a lower high, took out that low to put in a lower low, and then we had this kind of pump. That pump made another higher high, similar to this. It was similar. Yeah, this is like a pump, make a high high, pump, make a high high. Now after you put in a higher high, you have to put in a higher low, i.e. you mustn't take out this lower low, and then you have to take out the original higher high to make a higher high. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be with a close, it can just be with a wick. The price just has to trade through the high to make a higher high. Okay, to put in a pivot effectively. And so what happened was that yesterday evening, I could see on other exchanges, so I was looking at all the exchanges, I was looking at MEX. MEX did it earlier. MEX did it at about 5 p.m. yesterday. On Gate, it was much earlier. It was in the morning because someone just market bought. And on Bybit, it was much earlier too. It was at 9 a.m. So at 9 a.m. it happened on 2 exchanges, and on MEXC it happened at about 5 p.m. This is UK time. And then the last exchange that I was looking for was KuCoin, because I didn't want there to be divergence between the exchanges. And then here you can see we made a higher high basically at the same time as MEX. So basically MEX and KuCoin made the higher high at the same time, and then Gate and Bybit made the higher high in the morning at 9 a.m. So you could argue that Bybit and Gate are leading, but actually the confirmation is when all the exchanges are doing the same thing. So right now all of the exchanges have created this change, and this is a confirmation of change of market structure from bearish to bullish on the 4-hour time frame. That's the one that I'm looking at. And when you look at the higher time frame, So I'm looking also now at, I can delete all of that now. After all of that effort, it's all gone. When you're looking at all the higher time frame, you can see that on the daily time frame, we're making higher lows here, higher lows. That's a higher low. Potentially, the confirmation of that higher low will be a higher high on the daily time frame. So right now on the daily time frame, kind of just like that. See that? So we have quite a large range, and the confirmation that this here pivot is our higher low, it's not confirmed yet. This is the daily time frame. It's not confirmed yet. The confirmation will be on the 4-hour time frame. It is confirmed. So this pivot is absolutely on the 4-hour time frame, our higher low on the 4-hour time frame. On the daily time frame, we're still, this is still it. This one here, this is our higher low because we made a higher high there. And so now the price, however it gets there, it can take as long as it wants. Obviously, the quicker the better. We need the price to go up there and take out that high for a higher high. That bullish market structure continues if that happens, and that's kind of what we want. We want bullish market structure to continue. It doesn't have to go in a straight line, and these kind of intermediary pivots in between are nothing. They're not higher lows or higher highs. Maybe on the lower time frames they are, but on the daily time frame you're looking at the actual higher lows and the higher highs. And so when you're looking at the higher lows and the higher highs, that are the ones you're looking at, the ones right at the edges. All right, so at the moment we're still following higher time frame bullish market structure, and hopefully that will continue, and then we can see more increase in price. And then when you're looking at the highest time frame, so again, every time frame has its own idea of lows and highs and highs and lows. And so basically what I'm looking at is the monthly time frame, and you can see on the monthly time frame we have been making lower highs and lower lows, yeah, all the way to there. And actually what we want to do on the monthly time frame is we want to make a higher high. That will be to take out at about 14.9 cents. The minute we take out that becomes our higher high, and that will be the first indication of the highest time frame market structure change. And it's the same idea, but you just apply it to the higher time frames. Yeah, so monthly, when you look at the weekly, it's exactly the same idea. Let me have a look at the weekly. So on the daily was still bullish. That's good because we defended the low. You see on the weekly time frame, you put in your pivot here, that's the lower low. You go up, you put in your higher high there. You go all the way down to put in a lower low there. And so actually we still haven't put in a higher high on the weekly time frame. So you're looking at the weekly and you're thinking, why not? Are these not higher highs? Yeah. And no, they're not. They're not, because this was the move that took us from a lower low to a higher high, and then we made a lower low here. Yeah, none of these lows were lower lows, because it was from here to there. It was from pivot to pivot. And so on the weekly time frame, it went all the way down to here to put in a lower low. Now we have to go up and take out that high. It's kind of, they're kind of following each other on the monthly and the weekly are kind of following. It's just that whenever we do eventually take out that high, hopefully soon, then on the weekly time frame, we could put in a low to take that out and change weekly structure before we've taken out monthly structure. That could happen quite fast. So that's why weekly becomes more relevant. Whereas on this kind of higher time frame, because this relief rally was so impulsive, it basically went from a lower low to a higher high very quickly, and there was no higher low put in between. It was just one move. That's kind of why we're experiencing this. Yeah, TRVL is looking quite good. You know, it's kind of right now it's following the market, and As Bitcoin goes up, TRVL will go up. And again, nothing changes. I think when it comes to TRVL, if people are looking to buy when Bitcoin is red. Yeah, don't buy when Bitcoin is green. When Bitcoin is green, the whole market goes up. Yeah, Bitcoin is the tide that lifts everything. It lifts all the other cryptos. So the best time to buy TRVL is when Bitcoin is pulling back, when Bitcoin is showing red. Yeah, so if you're looking to accumulate TRVL, it's a good time to pick it up when Bitcoin is red, not when Bitcoin is green, because then you're not pushing the price. You see, look, Bitcoin is red now. So that every time you see Bitcoin red, and then also the other idea is to limit, absorb the red prices. They are not to market absorb the red prices, push, because we don't really want to. What we want to do is we want a steady, healthy rise, and you know, like these are like market buying, quite impulsive, but it pushes the price often beyond, often creating bearish divergences. We don't want to do that. What we want to do is we want to create bullish divergences as the price goes up, and the way to do that is to absorb the selling with limit orders. And so I keep on repeating myself, and it's especially important with a low liquid token to absorb the selling. If I look at the higher time frame indicators, I often do this, and also I have a look at the candles as well. Well, on the weekly time frame, we had a really bullish candle, a really nice bullish candle. We haven't taken out the liquidity. We've made a higher low. We've closed back above this previous week low. That's a really nice bullish reversal. We've basically reversed almost all of the price action and closed above this previous week midpoint, like about 50%. It's like a bullish reversal candle. Obviously the week has only just begun. We're kind of slowly going up, but even if we do get a pullback, which could happen, I would hope that, you know, maybe this level, this previous week low, could offer some support for continuation. Of course, it all depends on Bitcoin, but you know, sometimes these low liquid tokens, they're so small in market cap that actually they don't necessarily have to follow Bitcoin. You know, it doesn't take much to hold or to defend the levels, because the volume is still quite low, and it's also hard to reposition in if you sell a large amount. That's why it's better to buy when the price is dropping, because that's how you can buy a large amount. It's harder to buy a large amount when the price is going up without moving the price up. Otherwise, I have lots of bullish ideas about the price. I'm not sure which one is correct. Like every week I'm caught off guard. You can see now on the higher time frame that on the weekly time frame, we've nicely come back to test this 5.5 cents area on 2 occasions with this green gravestone doji. You can't see it, so let me just hide this. Oh, it's the trend based big time. You see that? And then also now with this kind of weekly red candle, weekly green candle, that's kind of like creating a strong low by coming back one more time and to holding the low. That becomes a strong low to form this kind of behavior. You know, it's like confirming that 5.5 cents is a very strong level, that the fact that the price has come back down and held it a second time. What we really want now to confirm this whole idea is to go up and take out that high at about 11.9 or so cents, and then obviously to take out this high at nearly 15 cents. That's kind of what we need to happen now of the price. I mean, who knows, like these bullish patterns, I think this Wyckoff schematic is still in play. It kind of looks like it. If you look at this, like comes up to the LPS, it kind of looks like it. Yeah, it's obviously taking a little bit longer than I wanted. I wanted us to be away from this area by now, but maybe the next move will be the SOS. That's kind of what I'm imagining, the next move to be the SOS. That does also kind of look like this still. Like, I think this is, who knows, like, it's really hard with patterns, because obviously I didn't expect us to have such a big red pullback. I didn't really expect us to test this level again, to be honest with you. I thought that was enough, that one doji into that level. I thought that was enough. I didn't really think we'd come right back, but sometimes it does happen, you know. Wicks fill, and actually what's happened is that that wick has filled, and now the price has filled that wick, cleared up the volume gap, and now the price is moving away again. Okay, and just in case people are like thinking to themselves, well, where's the next best place to buy? Well, we've just created a brand new weekly level on this weekly candle formation. Yeah, so I know a lot of people are waiting for lower. I know there's some people still waiting for 2 cents, and you know, maybe 3.9 cents. You know, there's a lot of people waiting for lower, and you know, why not? You should always it's not bad to wait for lower. It's good to wait for lower. But here we have a brand new weekly level that's just been created in this last 2 weeks of price action, and I think that's going to be quite an important level if we ever come back down at about 5.9 cents to pick up liquidity. That'll probably hold, and actually, just going back to the idea of the bullish market structure that I was talking about, I put down on my Twitter that it's 5.8 cents, but actually it's just the higher low is here. Like on every exchange, it's slightly different, but you can see lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We don't want to take out the higher low on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, and each exchange has its own little kind of variations in price. So if we do somehow pull back, anything can happen. I can't predict what can happen, but I do know that we want to hold the higher low and continue this idea of bullish market structure, and that will be a good place to pick up TRVL. It would be right into the 786 of this range. If that was to happen, that would be another opportunity to buy this token at a very good price, but I can't predict that that's going to happen. I'm just saying that that's a good place. Okay, if people are looking to defend levels, that's one level that would be a good place to defend. It's basically 6 cents. Yeah, just under 6 cents. And let's just continue this behavior. Let's just continue bullish market structure, you know, and let's take it to the moon, you know. The moon awaits. Let's TRVL to the moon, and let's see let's see if we can get there. Let me have a look at the moving averages. So you can see right now we're coming into the daily 50 moving average. So obviously there's a little bit of resistance right now. You can see there's a little bit of resistance. We're coming into the daily level as well. So even though you've got liquidity levels underneath, you've got liquidity levels above. So let me pull my higher time frame levels again. I've got them up. So you've got one underneath. We're coming into the daily level right now. There. So there's a liquidity level here. Kind of similar to Bitcoin. We need to flip this into support to continue. Yeah. This is on MEX. I think on some other exchanges that level's already been cleared. Yeah, you see on KuCoin, we had this wick that came up into that level, already cleared that level of liquidity, and now the price is above it. So there's a little bit of divergence in the exchanges, and actually I think KuCoin and Bybit are the more accurate ones because they're the ones that have most of the volume. You see right now we've cleared that liquidity 2 days in a row, so it shouldn't really hold as a resistance level because we've already cleared the liquidity from that level. And so naturally the next resistance level, just based on liquidity, based on candle formations, is at about 8.8 cents on Bybit, you know, and so the price can go there just on the 9 cents again, could find resistance for a pullback. And obviously you can see the daily 50 now. What you want to see is we want the momentum to go up, and the momentum is basically the moving averages. And for continuation, what we want to happen is we want to get back above these moving averages and push up for higher prices. Yeah, that's what we want. And then what happens with these moving averages is they continue their momentum. The momentum continues to the upside, and the rally continues, and we can head for higher prices. And so this is a little bit of a hiccup coming underneath and coming back up. Is a little bit of a hiccup, but easily rectified if we can make a higher high on the daily time frame and continue the market structure. Easily rectified. It's not a real problem if we continue to make higher highs. It might not, it means the momentum hasn't yet began taking off the way we want it or we expect it to be take off in the future, to a future kind of parabolic idea that could happen. It's going to require momentum to create that idea. And so looking at the weekly time frame, you can see even in the weekly time frame, the 50 moving average is still quite low at about 44 cents rather. And obviously on the 3-day, you see on the 3-day time frame, the 50 moving average is about 5.1 cents. So we're only just turning, you know, like we've only just begun a shift in momentum. When you look at the 3-day time frame, we've only just had a golden cross. So potentially on a project like this, which I'm expecting it to be a multi-billion-dollar project in the future because of what it is and what it will do, and the fact that it's Airbnb decentralized. It's a decentralized application in Web3 on the blockchain run by a DAO. It's perfect. It's just going to destroy Airbnb. So I do expect this to be a multi-billion-dollar future project, and it's amazing now that in terms of the way the price is behaving, we're at the beginning of the turn of a downtrend turn. You see, on the 3-day time frame, we've only just had a golden cross, and look, we're still there. We're still here, ready to rocket, ready to go up to the moon. I don't know where the moon is. Probably somewhere about here. I should put an emoji. There's my emojis. I don't know where, oh, there they are. I need to find the moon symbol, huh? Put it right up there. I've got the rocket. And now I need to find the moon. And we have to TRVL to the moon. There it is. Which moon sign do you like? With a happy face? Let's go to the moon. All right. That's what we want. Travel to the moon. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say on that. So any questions on TRVL? Easy life.